And oh my god. And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the semifinals of WTL 2024 Summer KungFu Cup round number 1. And I'm a little bit in shock because I was curious. We can talk about this. I was curious a couple of days ago. I was talking about how Reynor, he does play PvP at times. We've seen him play Protoss versus Zerg. I have yet to really experience him against Terran with his Protoss, and he is off racing. He is the Protoss Hope. Sporting in the right-hand corner, we have the Italian, typically Zerg, but now a Protoss player, the red Protoss representing Basilisk. It is Reynor. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the French Terran player playing his main race, representing Team Liquid. It is Clem. Here we go. We've seen Reynor's PvP, we've seen his TvZ, but now he's confident enough to play his Protoss against Terran as well. That says something. I was saying a couple of days ago, I was theorizing how I was curious if Reynor would ever improve his Protoss to the point where he can play it against any race. I was very curious if that was going to be the case, as we've seen him whip it out against many other races already, against Zerg and Protoss. I was curious if he would ever do it against Terran, and it's happening. I'll be honest, I have yet to really experience and see too much of Reynor's PvT. This is my first time casting his PvT. If you're in the chat, let us know if he's played Protoss versus Terran in other competitive matches in the past. This is the first that I've seen. I do know that he played Protoss against Lambo's Terran earlier this tournament. That doesn't really count though. He's up against like an off-racing Terran. Like, I'm talking about like a Maru or a Cure or a Clem or anything like that. I'm a little bit in shock. Here, so I'm curious to see how this all unfolds and what Reynor has to offer in this matchup. Again, PvT has changed quite a bit, or it was affected in the most recent patch. Protoss has been given a bit of a leg up, and that has been reflected in overall stats, in overall like statistic matchup play, and how the PvT matchup has evolved over the past month. And Protoss players have been having a better time, have been having a slight improvement here, but we'll see if that's going to be enough, as the Reaper cliff is not blocked off and the Reaper gets into the natural. Uh-oh. Reaper does get in. Boys are being pulled. Quite a lot of spine time here at that natural base. Stalker comes in, but the Stalker's out of position, and Clem, he's pulling Reynor apart already. One probe goes down. One probe and a lot of spine time. Reynor, ooh, even misclicking there for a moment, but does kill the Reaper in the end. And if you're in the chat, it's going to be a little bit late, but if you're in the Twitch chat at least, predictions are going to be open for a little bit here. So place your bets, Reynor, question mark. 2 minutes. Predictions are open. Okay. Predictions open. There we go. KungFu Cup, yeah. Wait, why is Reynor Protoss? I mean, that's what I was saying. I was curious. I was theorizing if we would ever see the day where Reynor was confident enough in his Protoss to play it against Terran over his Zerg, and we've reached that point. Reynor is embracing that Protoss side of himself, but the Cyclones have arrived. This is why this goal base is so brutal to take for both players, as you can abuse this position so hard. And Reynor, he's stuck on one base. He's stuck on one base, going into Blink Stalkers, with the Cyclones, they have control of the natural. Third and fourth Cyclone on the way as well. And Reynor, he has no mining, has no saturation. Stalkers are coming in, but Clem is in position to deny them. Oh, he does catch the Stalkers. Massive pick up here. One Stalker, two Stalkers go down. And Clem, he's snowballing out of control before Reynor can even get his build going. He's struggling. Reynor is struggling, and again, any player would be given this position. I was shocked to see the Dynasty was not vetoed, by the way. I was a bit in shock. The Nexus getting very low. Again, this is the power of the map. Good target firing there out of Reynor. Does focus on one of those Cyclones. Does focus on a Cyclone. Looks like it. Oh god, and he bleed out another Stalker, another two. Not the best trades. Once again, no mining here. We delay any kind of mining at the natural. Blink is finishing up in a couple of seconds. We can finally shut this down. We blink forward, but this is still a better trade for Clem. A much better trade behind this, getting into Banshee production. Cloak is about to finish. He has his own gold base freely up and running. We have a tank, we have a bunker in position. This base is not going to be harassed whatsoever. GG gets called as the Banshee gets across the map, and Clem takes game number 1. Whew. GG. Solid game there out of Clem. Isn't he Zerg? If you're unfamiliar, Reynor does off-race quite a bit. Reynor, he's played Protoss against Solar, against Serral. He plays Protoss quite frequently against other Zerg players to avoid the ZvZ matchup. But as I was trying to emphasize, we have never seen Reynor, or at least I've never seen Reynor off-race and play Protoss against another Terran opponent. That is a new one. I'm here for it. Unfortunately, Reynor wasn't able to really get anything going. He was shut down quite hard here by Clem. A lot of it is because of the map itself. Dynasty has a very abusable natural, as you saw, which is why it's often vetoed, which is why I was shocked to see it. And we saw that despite Reynor maybe having a plan on this map, and it looked like Reynor wanted to go 4-gate blink. It looked like Reynor wanted to go 4-gate blink Stalkers before he could embrace the 4-gate blink, the Cyclone Snowball that I control, and really well done. Really well done there by Clem. GG. GG, well played. I guess we still haven't seen his PvT. True. You're not wrong, Papi. We still haven't seen his PvT. Smoge, Papi, smoge. Now, what I will say, the rules of KungFu Cup dictate that you can pick your race. There are some tournaments that force you, once you pick a race, you have to play that race for the entire series. I believe for KungFu Cup, you can switch in between maps. So Reynor could switch back to Zerg in game 2, or he could embrace Protoss again. I still don't know. We'll find out once the lobby is made and once our players pick their races. So I'm curious. I'm curious if Reynor, if he's had enough fun and if he, you know, is going to switch back to Zerg and try to bring Clem down in a more standard game. Or if maybe Reynor is dissatisfied with game 1 and maybe he has something to prove. Maybe as everyone's got their eyes on Reynor and everyone's, I imagine, I'm questioning, I'm like, mate, what was the plan with the Protoss? I'm sure he had something in store for us. Maybe he feels like he can redeem himself and maybe he picks Protoss again. I'm going to switch Reynor's race right now. Hold on. To random. And we have our answer. Okay, game 1 was Protoss. Game 2, Zerg. Here we go. Reynor, he is switching back to Zerg, at least in game number 2. If we force the ace match, maybe we switch back. Current map, post-youth. As a heads up, post-youth is going to be the current map. But I'll keep Reynor's race logo there as random, because he can switch. So we'll just keep it as random for now. And here we go. Post-youth coming up next. Catching up in the chat. Oh, my apologies as well. Sorry, it happened in the previous series and I glossed over it. I do apologize. There was a subscription. Big, I don't know if Dave is still there, but a big shout out to Dave. He did subscribe, I believe, during the Rogue series, so I apologize for not giving you a shout out. But 15 months, 3 months in a row. Thank you so much, Dave Testa, for your support. Again, I apologize for not giving you a shout out. Quack, puppy, quack. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm catching up. Oh, sorry, it happened in the Reynor series. That's it, the Reynor series against Nightmare. Yeah, I missed an entire portion of chat. Oh my god. Serral not playing today. Serral rarely plays in these tournaments, and if you missed out on the updates we've been getting on social media as we're settling into game number 2, just very quickly, if you're curious where Serral is in the military, he actually just posted a picture of himself in his military uniform. So I think he's currently staying in the barracks and he's undergoing his training at the moment. Yes, Serral is still going to be competing in tournaments. But as an update, Serral did say that he could pick and choose. Like, he can't play in everything. He has to like pick and choose, and he has to be very selective of what tournaments he can compete in, because he still has to focus on his military, like his military service. Can only play like every now and then And I imagine Serral's going to be focusing on Gamers 8, as I believe Serral did announce that he won't be going to Dallas, won't be going to DreamHack. But here we go, we're getting into our next matchup, into our second game, and spawning in the top right hand corner of Post Youth, picking his main race, the red Zerg player for Basilisk. It is Reynor. And spawning in the bottom left hand corner, we have his opponent, we have the French Terran player, the blue Terran representing Team Liquid. It is Clem. It's going to be a hatch versus hatch pool opener. Interesting choice here by Reynor. This looks like a gases build. It does look like Reynor may opt to go for a hatchery as a follow-up. We'll keep an eye on him, and we'll keep an eye on when he does decide to take his gases. But a very interesting opener here out of Reynor. You can see him prioritizing mineral income here at his hybrid base. Again, this is the power of Post Youth. You have a free natural base, and it's a gold, or it's a hybrid base as well. So Reynor being quite greedy. And based on his camera movement, it looks like Reynor does want to take a third before any kind of gas. So it is a gaseous build. Now, typically a gaseous build like this would lead into roach play. There's that drone. But it usually does lead into roach play here, just because link speed is so delayed. Now we're taking our gases as an SCV is in position, and yeah, Reynor, his third would be denied. So good decision there out of Reynor. Reaper gets in, threatens the drone. Almost gets one. Spore Crawlers are forced out. Reaper gets shut down. And Clem will be able to at least contain Reynor and delay his third. Again, that SCV putting in a lot of work, and Clem is checking the gold just in case. Not unheard of for a Zerg player to rush into this gold as their third. Behind this is going to be a third CC before starport. Very economic build out of Clem. Reaper almost overextending. Does manage to hold on there. SCV coming in for some extra hits as well. He wants the queen. But Clem a little bit too greedy. He's punished for it. Reaper goes down. Reynor teasing Clem a little bit about that. Again, a big overstep there from Clem. True, blame the ping. Copium, papi. It wasn't the ping. He's jet lagged. True. He's jet lagged. He has a headache. Didn't eat today. Has to go to the bathroom. You know how it is. As Clem, overextends once again, bleeding out his second Reaper. At least they're able to have fun with it. As Clem, upon losing these Reapers, is pretty brutal. We mentioned it. Is it the jet lab this time? The ping. Okay. Fair enough. Copium. As Clem is going to be able to settle into a 3-base setup. Now, thankfully for Clem, there's nothing to scout. I would say that Clem is in a really rough position because there could be a Roach Warren. There could be a fast lair, could be two-base Muta, could be anything. And Clem would have no idea. Thankfully for Clem, we are getting into Link speed. It is delayed. It is late Link speed, but it's still going to be Link Bane out of Reynor. At least for now. He is not investing into Roaches. Clem is yet to confirm. Still rotating around, trying to keep it tabs here on Reynor. Trying to keep tabs on him as Clem is going to be taking his third base. Behind this, getting into his double E base. Getting ready for his 3-base setup here. And we are easing our way into Post Youth. Now, as a reminder, when it comes to this map as well, because of how large it is, we typically have longer games. Longer games here on Post Youth. There are so many bases to be taken. The rush distance is so long as well. As the CC does lift, we shut down the Overlord. We're getting into 1-1. Again, for those curious, both Clem and Reynor are good friends. So, you know, there's sometimes a little bit of banter here and there between them, but all in good fun. All in good fun, man. Or Spirit be dark? He did. As we are settling in, we do see Reynor going for his own link. Well, sorry, he's just trying to catch up in chat. Does focus down the mule. Good pickup. Drop, force to unload as well. Does lay the push. I mean, we picked up a mule, which was nice, but not much else. As Clem can soon move out. Behind this, we're taking our gold base. Creep is looking solid here by Reynor. And the goal here for Reynor is to defend. You know, he's just now getting into his lair. Quite a late lair, to be honest. Is quite delayed, and Reynor is going to be stuck at home as a result. Stuck with purely Ling Queen. Double expanding, getting a 4th and a 5th base. The drop has finally arrived. Can we catch a queen? Oh, and we can. One queen goes down, delay transfused at the same time. Reynor's attention was elsewhere. He does dive across the map. Gets 8 SCVs. Oh, did I say 8? 10. 10 workers do go down, almost an 11. Very nice pick off here by Reynor. At the same time, collapsing on the main army. Forcing back the drop. Reynor, he's holding his own. Not just holding his own, but he's even out trading Clem a little bit here. Forcing the pick up. Should 6 a Zerg as Zerg is solid? I mean, Reynor, if he didn't have confidence in his Protoss, he wouldn't play it, so that's what I would say there. There's a reason why he does play Protoss against other Zerg players. Protoss isn't too bad at all, as we do focus out another queen. Good pick off there by Clem. At least does get a queen. But the problem here is that the bases, right? Sure, we're picking off some Lings, we're picking off some queens, but the gold base is up and running. The 5th base is up and running as well. Reynor, he is free to drone up a little bit harder at this point. As Clem is attempting to reinforce. Does have 2 tanks to defend. Has 1 Hellbat as well. Can Reynor break through? He wants the tanks. He will get at least 1. Yeah, gets 1 tank and he gets a 2nd as well. At the same time, Clem commits. There are Bailings. There are Bailings back at home. Reynor, he does hold on. Takes down 3 SCVs across the map. But more importantly, gets both those tanks and he's reinforcing. Shows the might shot. Quick split there. Quick split by Reynor. Clem at the same time refuses to turn around. He commits. He gets a kill in the 5th base. He may get the 5th, but he will lose more SCVs. Oh, bleeding out too much. 15 SCVs. The entire middle line. The entire middle line goes down. He's committed, but bathing speed does kick in. Reynor's holding. He gets 23 SCVs across the map. GG gets called. It's just too much, and Reynor will tie up the series 1-1. GG. Whew. GG, pop. He has against Clem's before, I'm sure. If he has, I'll take your word for it. It's the first that I've seen. To be fair, I don't cast. I don't really cast ESL Open Cup Europe. So, if that has happened before, let us know. Let us know. Got down in his prime, pop. Yeah. He better play Terran for the ace match. True, true. We have to play all the races. But congratulations here to Reynor for taking that game. Again, the non-stop Ling aggression, likewise able to keep up with the drop play as well. And Clem, maybe a little bit too aggressive there. He was so intent and so, so intent on getting damage done with his drop play. He was refusing to turn back around, and he was bleeding out a lot to those Ling run-bys, whether it was tanks, whether it was SCVs, whether it was even reinforcing Marines. Okay, never mind. Reynor accomplished a lot, and for a moment there, Reynor, he was picking Terran. For a moment. He was teasing us, Pap. He was teasing us. His nose was itchy. That's the worst. When you're playing StarCraft, and you have to scratch that itch. Understandable. Understandable. The ultimate Zerg evolution, turning into a Marine. True. Confirmed. As it looks like Game 3 is going to be on Oceanborn. Yo, love your costume, by the way. Oh, thank you, Papi. Thank you. Thank you, Frosty Disco. Do appreciate it. Do appreciate it, Papi. Hope you enjoy the content. And we still have plenty more tonight. We have this semifinals, which is about to end with our next game. We have the lower semifinals, and then the grand finals thereafter. So I have a couple more series left. And we are loading on in. The loading screen is taking a bit of time though, so we might lose someone. Hopefully everyone's okay. The Terran tease. Oh no. He's teasing us, Papi. But I can confirm that Reynor is picking Zerg, and here we go, we're loading on in. We haven't lost anyone, and spawning in the top left-hand corner of Oceanborn, we have our Italian Zerg player. Picking his main race. We were having some fun with Protoss earlier, but we're calming things down, taking it seriously, representing Basilisk. It is Reynor. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the blue Terran player from the land of France, representing Team Liquid, the best Terran in all of Europe. It is Clem. Here we go. And again, post-youth just got very chaotic. Again, there are so many different attack paths on that map as well. It was Clem was having a hard time keeping up with the harassment and the aggression of Reynor. But now as we load into Oceanborn, things should be calming down, and Clem should be feeling a lot more comfortable and a lot more familiar on one of these older maps instead. Oceanborn has a pretty secure, at least 2-base setup. We have a standard 3rd base that you can take. Unfortunately, a linear 3rd, as in, you can't really expand here towards the center of the map. It's so exposed, it's so wide open. So you only have one really expansion pattern here for our players. You can try to abuse that. Early on, we saw a lot of 2-Rax Reaper and even 3-Rax Reaper play abuse that here on this map, but that time has come and gone. And we'll see how Clem does approach this. Now, when it comes to aggression, when it comes to the Zerg side of things, Roach-based all-ins have been very commonplace on Oceanborn, just because this 3rd doesn't have any high ground advantage. There's no ramp leading into it. To get onto the same point of elevation as this 3rd is actually here in the center of the map, this ramp here, which is a lot more farther out and harder to defend, harder to keep up with. So we have seen a lot of all-ins have quite some success on this map, but we'll see. I was surprised to see that Reynor didn't go Roaches in Game 2. He might play Lingbane again in Game 3. We'll see. But now, Rax expand from Clem. SCV gets across the map. We spoke about how there's only one 3rd base you can take, so Clem, he's patrolling here at the triangular 3rd. Reynor is going for the linear 3rd, by the way. Bold. He's crazy. Bold move. Reaper comes in. He doesn't check. Why would you? And Reynor, he's going to be taking this far more exposed 3rd base. Oh boy, Reaper gets in, dancing with the army. Jordan is in position. And against all odds, yeah, Reynor, he does take that 3rd base. We'll see if he can hold on to it. Now, the problem with this 3rd, and we have seen a lot of Zerg players try and fail to defend this 3rd base in ZBTs, is this area here. The high ground. There's high ground right next to this 3rd base. On top of that, it's wide open. It's exposed. You can attack from multiple angles. But tank positionings here on the left and on the ramp can be brutal when laying siege upon this 3rd. So, again, impressive here by Reynor. We can see Clem, he's checking. He still hasn't scouted the 3rd, and now he does. He now gets eyes on the 3rd base location and is going for his own proxy starport. Okay, we have Hellions on the way, proxy starport across the map. This could be one of two things, either a Liberator into the main or a medevac to drop the Hellions into the main base. Regardless, a very aggressive build here by Clem, very old school. It's been a while since we've really seen this at this level of play. Hellions are moving out. We have Cyclones behind this. Okay, I imagine it's going to be Lib. There it is, Liberators on the way. So we're going for some Liberator, Hellion, Cyclone harass. Basically, once Clem realized this space is being taken, he's just ramping up the aggression. He's just doubling down here on aggression. Looking to punish this base. Wings are moving forward. Liberator's halfway done. Behind this, Clem, he does invest into the Cyclones, getting back into Hellion production. Behind this, Stim has already begun. Stim is on the way, a lot faster than normal, as there was no add-on swap for like Banshee or Cloak Banshee, for example. Much faster Stim. And we do catch an Overlord. It does hinder Reynor for a moment, but he did have plenty of Overlords behind this. We're trying to dive on top of these Queens, but Link Speed has kicked in. Reynor coming in for the surround. Oh, and he does catch the Cyclones. Big catch here by Reynor. I spoke too soon. He gets one Cyclone, but it looks like only one. The others get shut down. Liberator does siege up in the main base. 3 drones go down, and we do deny mining in the main. Nice damage here by Clem. So much lost mining time in the main base. And we're not done. Remember, we have Stim. We have Stim on the horizon. 3rd CC is now on the way. And it looks like Reynor will finally deal with this Lib. Does force the unsiege and the immediate re-siege. Clem overextends, bleeds out of Cyclone. Cyclone goes down. And Clem has to back off. Clem does have to back off, his starport floating back home. And Reynor has held. And behind this, we spoke about roaches earlier. Roaches are on the way. I'm very curious if Reynor's going to drone up anymore. He's cutting workers at 38. That is just over 2 base saturation. We barely have any drones, and we're going for an all-in. The queens are amassing roaches and lings. Remember we spoke about how roach all-ins are powerful on this map because of the base layout, because of the terrain. We're going for it. It does make sense. Based on the base that we took, it does launch our creeper across the map. It is a bit of a highway. Lings are shut down. Ooh, Reynor bleeding out a lot of lings already. And here come the roaches. Here come the queens. Queens still spreading creep, but the roaches have arrived. And because of the build, no tanks. 0 tanks for Clem. Only Marines and Hellions. Bunker is just now finishing. Reynor is pushing in. Knocking down the first depot, knocking down the second. Again, Reynor, he has no economy behind this. The Bowser connect. Ooh, they take down a lot of SCVs. 8 SCVs go down. The repair is barely good enough. We're barely holding on. Once again, the Bowser bring down the bunker. Oof. Biles on the bunker and the Marines. And it looks like Reynor, he has too much. He's barely breaking through. 20 SCVs go down. And the main base is going to be broken. Now, we are running out of lings. Reynor is running out of steam at least a little bit. And he needs to get more damage done. Remember, there's 3 orbitals behind this. Reynor, he's not that far ahead in the workers. And he has no further tech. And more lings are on the way. Clem, we've seen him work wonders against Rogue. Can he do the same against Reynor? If you were here earlier, you would have seen Clem come back from the brink against Rogue in an insane game on site Delta. Can he do it 2 games in a row? or again in this tournament? Yeah, he's reinforcing. He's going to shut this down. Lings are being cleaned up. Reynor has to back off. He has to reinforce. We have to calm down. If Reynor bleeds out too much, then he will lose too much momentum as well. Ravagers are morphing in. We can dive on top of them. We pick off a Ravager. We get 1. We get 2. And Reynor, he refuses to back off. And the tank has arrived. Oh, this position becoming that much more solid, that much more secure. And Reynor is now taking a gas geyser. It looks like he's thinking about droning. He's thinking about it. Taking an extra gas. There we go. 6 drones on the way. Reynor, he's backing off. Clem holds. And look at the worker counts. Because of the triple mule, because of the triple CC, Clem, he's caught back up. 35 workers to the 42 plus mules. Clem, I would say, has around an even economy. We pick off a lot of roaches. Reynor bleeding out a lot there. And again, he's droning, and soon Clem can reestablish his 3rd base. And Clem is stabilizing. He is stabilizing. No upgrades here for Reynor. We have 1-1 for Clem. Clem is still lacking the armory. The armory just starts for 2-2. But he wants to extend that upgrade lead. And now Reynor's on the back foot. Reynor, he's in a bit of trouble. Now, all-ins, they're called that for a reason. If an all-in fails, you're in a lot of trouble here. Reynor still has a chance going for the surround. Oh, the Biles. And we do force to pick up. Biles does connect with the Medivacs. Reynor, he's holding the piling. Oh my god. The Medivac getting so low. It does survive. Clem, he checks for a 4th. I'm sure he's happy to see there is no 4th base. It's 3 base versus 3 base. The 4th just now starting. Clem is going to be able to Maynard over. Mule. Mule is hard out. Whew. Okay. And we have a game. We have a game, Bobby. 2-2 is starting up for Clem here at the natural. We have some good tank positioning here on the high ground as well, behind the 3rd. And Reynor, he's not going for a 2nd wave. He is making lings, that is true, and his creep spread is looking solid. I have to commend Reynor here. The creep is looking very nice in the center of the map. And behind this, we're working on our upgrades. Infestation bit, that's going to be for Hive Tech. For Hive Tech, for, I imagine, Vipers, Adrenal, maybe even ultras. As Reynor is not investing into range, he's investing into melee. So he only has the roaches and ravagers to support. Mainly only ravagers. He's focusing on Ling Bane. Meanwhile, Clem being active, he needs to put a stop to this creep. Does shut down some of these tumors. Ling Rum at the same time, nothing to defend, by the way. Ooh, the SCVs are exposed. The tanks as well. Yeah, not enough Marines, not enough bio. Tank goes down. But a quick reaction out of Clem. Clem only losing 3 SCVs. Very impressive. But did lose a tank. The tank was brutal. Tank did go down. Creep, it's getting past the halfway mark. Clem needs to try to put a stop to this. Going for a triple drop on the right-hand side. Another drop towards the center. There we go. The split pushing has begun. Reynor is keeping up. These medevacs are so low, by the way, as Reynor's double expanding. His 4th is up and running. He's going for the 5th base as well. Queens are in position. But Clem creates an opening. He does clear up a lot of tumors. Didn't get a base, didn't get drones, but does get tumors at least. Nice positioning behind the middle line as well. Clem, trading well. Is being more efficient. He's trading well against the army. Behind this, working on a 4th CC. Drilling claws is on the way. We do need some Widow Mines. Widow Mine production has commenced. 2nd factory is up and running. But Reynor's about to max. He's almost there. Reynor should be the first to push. Very nice target firing out of Clem. Get some Banelings. Drop comes in, diving on the 5th base. Oh my god, the target fire once again. There are too many Banelings we forced to pick up. Ooh, just barely. Yeah, we go down to 2 Banelings here on the right-hand side, but more do come in to reinforce. Infestors are on the way. Do we have a hive? We do have a hive. No Adrenal yet, no Vipers either. We're still lacking some of those upgrades. Okay, we forego Adrenal. We're going for an Ultra Cavern first. I do like this. So we're going into Ling Bane into Ultra. Or from Ling Bane into Ultra. Taking up quite heavily. Clem has not started 3-3. By the way, we dive on top of the tank. Yeah, tank is exposed. Tank is going to go down. Both of them even. Mine shots are decent. Some okay mine shots with Ling Bane. It snowballs out of control. We dive on top of the army. We shut it down. Clem kiting his heart out. The Biles, they connect. They take down the Liberators. Very nice fight here for Reynor. As he cleans up the army. Reinforcements, they arrive. But too late to save any of the high-tech units. Clem, he bled out 2 Liberators, 2 tanks, and a lot of bio. And that does slow down the push. Again, it was just too premature. Show us the fungal. Oh, massive fungal of the army. The Biles as well. Ooh, we take down the medevacs. And this is the fight that Reynor was hoping for. Shuts Clem down. And Reynor, because this fight occurred out here in the open, we're safe at home. The bases are safe at home. The mineral line is left untouched, and we have ultras on the way. 3 ultras and kindness plating. Reynor, he's done it. He survived long enough. Got into ultra tech. And Clem is not ready for it. Clem is not ready. No ghosts. Does have access to Liberators, but yeah, there is no Ghost Academy. Clem doesn't know. He hasn't scouted the main. Doesn't know the ultras on the horizon. And there we go. Ghost Academy just now starting. Does have his 4th base up and running. Oof. Forcing a bit of friendly fire. And the ultras are now revealed. Decent mine shots going up. Good target firing with the queen. Yeah, Clem is being forced back once again. And Reynor's recovered. You know, after the failed all-in, I was really concerned for Reynor. He was having a hard time keeping up. Clem was out trading him, but this fight here honestly worked wonders for Reynor. And now he's back in this. He's on 81 workers, a solid economy, 3 threes on the way. We have ultras, we have infestors. The only thing we're missing is additional infestors. I think we only have 1. So a handful of extra infestors or vipers, either or, is the one thing that we're lacking. Inside of that, Reynor cleans up the Widow Mines. Drop towards the left-hand side. The mine shot's going to be going up. Pretty good shots. 7 drones go down. At the same time, we get a Ling run by off. 11 SCVs. We can't afford these losses. Not here, not right now. Drop on the right-hand side is deflected. Widow Mines are going to be able to reset. No, they're not. Spore's going to finish in time. Yeah, the Spore does complete. Oh, we get one more shot on a Queen. Not ideal. And Reynor's maxed. Reynor, he's maxed out. Kindness plating is done. 3-3 about to finish here for Reynor as well. The creep is a little bit lacking towards the center. I mean, we're halfway across the map, but we haven't exceeded that. Clem has done a great job at keeping that creep at bay. So Clem is buying time, and he's getting into Ghosts. Clem isn't out of this. Ghosts are on the way. Show us the fungal. Oh, doesn't quite go for it. Reynor does think about it. Coming in from behind, Reynor's maxed out. Wants to push in. Clem fighting for his 5th. I'll say take down one Widow Mine. And the fungal is getting ready. We go through the burrow. Fungal does connect. Big connection here on the bio. The Ultra Swipes are insane. Picking up a lot of Marines. Liberators are sieging up. Ghosts are getting ready. But the 5th is denied. That's what matters. Big snipes going up. Oh my god, we melt the Ultras. Jesus. Very nice fight there by Clem. That was like 4 Ultras going down. But what about the 5th? Yeah, we're picking up the main base. Did we kill the... Wait, what? Did we kill the CC? I think we did. Yeah, CC was killed. Oof. Scan does reveal the Infestor. And remember, there was only one. We haven't built any more. 0 Infestors out for Reynor. No more Fungals. That's concerning. Like, a big reason why Reynor's been coming out on top in these fights has been those Fungals. Without them, it's going to be a little bit harder to pull off. Does collapse on the army. Liberators a siege. Baileys, they do roll in. And they force back the bio. But the Baileys, we've run out of steam. We snipe the Ultras. At least 1 and 2, but there's just too many Ultras here. Reynor is snowballing out of control. He breaks into the natural. And he may not be able to get on top of the Ghost, but he denies the base again. And that's a kill! No! That was a kill! On the orbital, on the command center. Not again. And without a 5th base, Clem, he just can't sustain himself. He cannot sustain himself. He's just stuck with a 4-base economy on less than a 4-base economy. And that's Reynor's win condition. Just deny the base over and over again. That's all he needs to do. Reynor's own economy has been left untouched. Clem now going for drop play. Does force Reynor back for a moment. Does force a cancel. Does force a cancel, but again, Reynor's maxed out. There's not much keeping him back. He should be pushing in, and he gets eyes on his next target. Gets eyes on the would-be 5th. Nice fade on the Widow Mine shots. Reynor collapsing the army. Another big fungal. GG gets called. Reynor collapsing on the army. Fights back, bounces back despite the failed all-in. And Reynor takes the series 2-1, advancing on to the grand finals. GG. GG, well played. Congratulations here to Reynor as he does advance on into those grand finals. He's our first finalist, and Reynor, he's waiting for his next opponent, waiting for a Protoss player. Who's it going to be? Who is it going to be? Up next, we have Showtime versus Classic. Let's go. Oh my god, Showtime versus Classic. We have an update. Classic did take down Spirit 2-1, so it is going to be that PvP. And I believe we are, yeah, just hopping on over and getting ready for our next series. Oh. I need a couple of seconds here to set things up. Un momento, papi, un momento.